All right, guys, we're going to start on number 4. All right, let's put y'all's phones up. This is a little bit more complicated. This is just another shape. Now we're doing ellipse. What's the plural for ellipses? Ellipsi. All right, so we're doing an ellipse, which is an oval. All right, we're going to start on number 4. I think that's the best place for us to start. Is everybody looking at 4? All right, your center for number 4 is just like doing the circles. Flip the sign here, you flip the sign here. Our center is going to be -2 and -1. So go to -2, down 1, and put a point. Don't y'all have a graph? We're doing number 4, not 5. All right, so we're going to think of, this is probably not the right vocabulary, but what would the radius be for the x-axis? All right, look, underneath your x's you got 12. What's the square root of 12 and make it a decimal? Do it real quick, Caleb. Square root of 12, make it a decimal. Round it. 3.5. I think it's a good idea to write your 3.5 under there, and you'll see why in a minute. And the other one's 4. All right, so here's what it means. On the x-axis, side to side, our radius is 3.5. 1, 2, 3.5. 1, 2, 3.5. Everybody good?
So up and down will be 4.
Up and down will be 4. That's how it looks different. Up and down, I go 4, and I go 4. All right, try to draw a parabola. Remember, I'm sorry, I've been talking parabolas for 2 weeks. An ellipse, which like an egg, it should be oval shaped. That's pretty good right there. Garrison is bad?
Yeah,
It's not bad. Let's see what you're doing. That's terrible.
Mine looks better than the circles that I've been.
All right, so question about that. Everybody can graph it. Matthew, we good? All right, now look. What does major and what does minor mean? All right, so the major axis is the longer one. So from here to here, how long would it be? It would be 8. If you want to just times the bigger one here by 2, that will give you the major, times the smaller one by 2, that'll give you the minor. Okay, the major axis is the longer one. So if that's 4 and that's 4, the major one's 8, 3.5 and 3.5. The smaller one, the shorter length, is 7. Major axis is 8, shorter length is 7. All right, let's go to number 5. Number 5 is just like number 4. You could probably do it without my help. Go ahead and knock it out. Find the center. All right, Harlan, what's my center going to be on number 5? +5, -3. Go over 5, down 3, put a point. All right, what's the radius going to be on my x-axis? Somebody take the square root of 8, make it a decimal. 2.8. Square root of 20, make it a decimal. 4.5. That means on my x-axis, side to side, I go over 1, 2, almost 3, 1, 2, almost 3. And up and down, I go 4.5. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. This one looks more like an oval. Okay, the major axis is the longest one, so how far would it be from here to here? Look, 4.5 times 2 is 9 for the major one. Or you can add 4.5 and 4.5. What's 2.8 times 2? That's your minor axis. That's the shorter axis.
So is that more, is the major always going to be the y?
No, no, it will not. Sometimes it's switched. The major is the bigger one, the minor is the smaller one. Always. All right, standard form of an ellipse has to equal 1. That's what we're going to look at on number 1 and number 2.
Every single one of them?
Every single one of them.
Every single one you're gonna give us?
What are we doing?
No, no. If it's not equal to 1, you'll have to make it equal to 1.
We're not learning that today.
Hostile major.
All right, next, number 3. Now, number 3, guys, is easier than 4 and 5. What's the center going to be if you don't have any parentheses? 0, 0.
This is silly.
All right, go to 0, 0 right in the middle, put your point. All right, now, x-axis, what's the radius? Y-axis. So yeah, this one's going to be probably off your chart. 6, yeah, up 9, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just kind of estimate where it is. 7, 8, 9.
That was it telling us it wants to go outside.
The smart board needs some fresh air.
Yep. Coach, I worked really hard this week. I need to go do something other than schoolwork. Come on, Coach. You still got blue.
There we go.
So I turned in 62 hours.
All right, so going back to this one, y'all said 0, 0 is right there. My center is 0, 0. Y'all said that one's 6, that one's 9. So 6, 6, 9, 7, 8, 9. All right, Matthew, what's my major axis? So double it, right? Because it's 9 from here to here and 9 from here to here. The major's 18, minor 12. Everybody good? All right, so that's pretty easy, right? Let's go to 1. Let's go back to 1 now. All right, now you have to write the equation based on what you're looking at over here. So what's our center over here? 0, 0. So it's going to look like this one that was 0, 0. It's just going to be x squared and y squared up top. X squared, y squared. Leanna, we said every equation is going to equal 1. Every equation for an ellipse has got to equal 1 in standard form. Now find the bottom. All right, look, on your x-axis, how much are you counting for the radius? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 squared. 16 right there. Matthew, what are you counting on the y-axis for the radius? 2, 2 squared is 4. That's it, guys. That's all you do on 1 and 2. Y'all try number 2. All right, number 2. All right, our center, guys, is -3 up 2. All right, so this is going to change it. So our equation here is going to look like 4 and 5. Fraction equals 1. What goes in the top fraction for my x's? X plus 3 squared, right? What goes in the top for my y's? Y minus 2 squared. All right, let's keep going. What goes on the bottom? The radius for my x is what on the x-axis? It's 1. 1 squared is 1. That was easy. 3 squared, 1, 2, 3 is 9. All right, so piece of cake. This is pretty easy. Yep. The first 3 are really easy. Everybody good on 2? All right, so now number 6, we're not going to have to graph anything on the back. That's going to make it faster. What we have to do is set this in standard form for an ellipse. And we've already said if it's standard form, it equals 1, right? How can we make this equation equal 1? Whatever you have over here, you're going to divide all the way down on every problem. 6, 7, and 8 are all the same. Matthew?
Would that be the 2y over 32? Would be the 1/16?
Yep. What's 8 over 32 simplify down to?
4 over 8 and then 1/2. What?
Put it in your calculator, guys. Does everybody remember where the fraction button is on this? Look, fraction button is alpha x right there. So I put 8 on top, 32 on the bottom. What did it give you? 1/4. So we're going to write x squared over 4. You don't have to write the one, it's understood. All right, the other one we're going to write y squared over 16 equals 1. Everybody good? This is our equation in standard form for an ellipse. Now, what's our center going to be if you don't have the parentheses again?
0, 0.
Yeah, center is 0, 0. Now, we don't have to graph it, so we don't have to worry about finding the radius, but actually we really do, don't we, for our major and our minor. The major axis is the bigger one. Square root of 16 is 4. What's the major going to be? 8. Major's 8. The radius for the minor is 2. So the minor length is 4. Good. All right, that's how you do 6, 7, and 8. Really quick, do 7 and 8. The circles. A lot of similarities with the circles. So we're going to put them in groups. All right. What did we do if we had a number in front of the x squared or the y squared? We divided it. So we're going to divide this.
What about the last number? You don't divide it?
All right. So let's start putting 169 in front of my group for my x's. I get an x squared there. What's 338 divided by 169? I hope it's 2. Somebody divide it and check. It is 2. Then my box. So just like the circle stuff, right? All right, so what do we divide the y's by? 25. Now, hold on. I don't see a group for the y's. There's only one number that's got a y. So we'll just put 25 in front of y squared like that. What happens with 169 since it doesn't have an x or a y? Move it over, make it a negative. Somebody put that in your calculator. Tell me what 4225 minus 169 is. Say it again. 4056. All right, is everybody good on the first step? Question? All right, fill in the box now. What goes here? Half of 2. So I got a plus 1. Y'all agree? All right, so watch. Remember this is how we did on the circle, Matthew. 169 times 1. That's a plus 169, so we put a plus 169 over there. When's the only time it's opposite? On the parabolas. This is like the circles. All right, now look at this one, guys. I don't think we do anything with this one because really that's like y squared plus 0. So yeah, you don't put a plus 25 because we didn't fill in a box there. We didn't have a group. All right, so somebody add those two up for me, please.
Same number at the top.
Same number as the top.
4, 2.
Oh yeah, I got you. 4225. All right, so we're almost there. There's one more step. What's our other step? We just did it on 6, 7, and 8.
What happened? Filling out the other stuff.
It's got to equal 1 to be an ellipse, right? So what are we going to divide everything by? All the way down, guys, we're going to put 4225 on the bottom. This is going to be your last step on every one of these problems. So on your calculator, Jacob Baum, what's 169 on top over 4225?
I ain't got it.
1 over 25.
25, so that's going to be x minus 1 squared over 25. Okay, let's do the next one. I got 25 on top over 4225. Let me guess, that's going to be 169.
Probably.
Somebody guess. Okay, so that one's y squared over 169 equals 1. All right, now you can skip some steps if you would like, but I got to see your equation for the ellipse when you finish. All right, so now looking at this, Harlan, what's my center from here?
1, 0.
Positive 1 up 0, that's our center. All right, let's do the major and the minor. Which one's going to be the major? Square root of 169, if you look on the board, is 13. Double that, you get 26. Minor, square root of 25. 5, double it, you get 10. It's not bad. All right, all we're going to do, guys, is finish this page and we're done. Anybody have a question on 9 before we go to 10? Good?
See, on that 10, you wouldn't divide anything.
I hadn't looked at it.
Okay.
Okay.
When you would divide the.
All right, so we do the x's and the y's separate.
Yeah.
The x's, you don't divide by anything. The y's, you divide them by 4.
Look.
All right, so Matthew, on the x's, we just write down x squared plus 8x, then a box. We don't have to divide those. We said on the y's, we divide by 4. So 64 divided by 4. Somebody do that for me, please. 16. So I got y squared minus 16y in a box. What happens with 236? Move it over, negative 236. All right. Fill in the boxes. I'll wait for a minute, see how far y'all can go on this one. I messed up anywhere. Kayla, what goes in this box right here?
16.
Plus 16 plus 16, right? All right, what goes in this box? All right, this is where you might mess up. Watch close. I got a 64 in that box, right? But I got a 4 in front. 4 times 64 is 256. So I put a plus 256 over here also. Whatever you add on one side, you got to add on the other.
Oh, this is circles.
This is circles, that's right. Circles like ellipse.
But like the next step, would you bring the 4 down with it?
I think I did.
Okay.
I think I'm locked on now.
Somebody add those 3 numbers up for me, please.
36.
36. Copy that step and see if Harlan's right. All right, Harlan, what do we have to divide everything by from here? 36. Whatever's on the end, that's what you divide by all the way down. All right, now look, on the first one, I don't have anything in front of the parentheses. That's going to stay the same. X plus 4 squared over 36. We did not have to simplify that one. All right, now on the next one, we will have to simplify. What's 4 over 36? 1, 9. Okay, so I got y minus 8 squared on top over 9 equals 1. This is my equation for the ellipse. Now find all 3 of your answers. Well, it matters if we have any more just regular tests. Follow me? But once you turn into papers, you won't have to come back for the review days, no matter how many absences you have or the final. So it would get you out in at least 3 days, I think.
Just don't make us take a test.
All right, center. I got negative 4 up 8. What's the major axis going to be? 12. Minor.
6.
Yeah. All right, so we got 11 and 12 left to do. We'll do 11, then I guess you guys can do 12 by yourself if they're all the same, right?
I said, yeah.
All right, let's go to 11.
How would you get, okay, I got a question.
Go ahead.
How would you get, why'd you bring 16 down on the y instead of 64?
I don't understand. Oh, I got you. I divided by 4. 64 divided by 4 is 16. Anybody else before I erase it? All right, we should be working on number 11. Pretty sure it's going to be the same thing we've been doing. I don't think they throw anything else at you. Which this is enough. It's a lot of writing. You got 2x squared plus y. 8 y minus 6 0.
What'd you do that negative 6 over?
Center, yep. Major. All right, Matthew, what do we divide the x's by?
2.
All Alright, do we have to divide the y's by anything? Nope, because it's just got y squared. So I don't have to divide those. Got my box, -6, move it over is +6. Alright, should work out from there, see what y'all can get.